Welcome back to another episode of Open Stride Podcast, man. Our NBA preview. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We're moving right along the list. We almost at the end. It's been a long journey.
Yeah.
Almost to the top five, ladies and gents. Top five, top five. But before we get to five, we got to get to seven. And we are now at number seven. Oh, we at eight. I'm sorry. We at number eight. And number eight is going to be, I said the MVP is on 19. I know y'all got that. That was an easy one.
That was easy. And you could have said something else, like, they're known for snow and mountains or something,
That's whack. Nah, that the Denver Nuggets, man. Number eight is going to be the Denver Nuggets, man. If you've been listening, the Western Conference teams to me, I ain't got my Western Conference shirt on. Check me out. I'm gonna bring the camera down a little bit.
I know. I have a Western Conference WNBA shirt on to the GOAT.
The GOAT until a couple more weeks. So let's talk about the Denver Nuggets in that.
Oh, we gotta keep it traditional. Any Nuggets fans?
I used to be a Nuggets fan.
No. Oh, well, Carmelo, I guess.
Yeah, when we were in high school together, I was a Nuggets fan.
Hey, there's your Showtime story. You can tell her about our bet. But before you do that, I do want to give a shout out to one of my friends, Kalen. He is a major Nuggets fan. Like, this dude loves Denver. Like, he's about to get a Bones Highland jersey. That's how much he loves Denver. So he's all in. So if you're listening, I'd want to give you a big shout out because you definitely deserve it. You are the only Nuggets fan I've ever met in my life who actually loves the Nuggets. And now you can tell our story about how I lost $5.
All right, so let me tell y'all this, man. So if you know me, if you ever talk to me about sports, you know I'm the prophet. You gotta understand I'm the prophet. So I say the takes that nobody else willing to say, and 9 times out of 10, I usually be right. So FaZe, he a LeBron fan, right? And LeBron was at his peak, back when we were in high school. LeBron was at his peak. He was at his peak. He was doing his thing, and I ain't mad at LeBron. I'm a fan of LeBron. So they was playing each other in the playoffs in the regular season. FaZe was feeling himself. Yeah, boy, yeah. I said, bet $5 if we beat y'all. This was Melo's with the Knicks, right? I said, bet $5. You sure?
Positive.
Okay, he was with the Nuggets. I said, bet $5 if we beat y'all. Oh, yeah, he was down for it. Let's do it. LeBron, we got a better team. We got a better roster. We got a better record. We good. I said, I bet. Man, Melo dropped 50 on his head.
I know, he had a game winner.
Dropped 50 with a game winner on his head. Nasty style. You feel me?
It took my lunch money from me. I didn't eat lunch that day.
And guess what, y'all? They ain't got nothing to do with me. But yeah, man, that's my story. That's my Showtime story with Showtime. So let's talk about some of the moves they made, man. Let me pull up my notes that I took for the Denver Nuggets. So they went 47-25 last season, right? Some of the players they picked up with Jeff Green, Austin Rivers. Well, Austin Rivers is already there. They bought Jeff Green in. Will Barton signed a contract extension for 2 years for $30 million. Aaron Gordon signed a contract extension for 4 years, $92 million. I was kind of surprised at that, but I guess they wanted to keep him. I guess they liked the fit. And the big deal they made was Michael Porter Jr. for 5 years, $207 million. They lost nobody really big. They lost. They're gonna be without Jamal Murray because he tore his ACL in the playoffs last season, so he's gonna be out for a little while. So we're gonna see when he comes back, if he comes back at all. We never know. I mean, like back in the day, ACL was a career-ending injury. Today it's a season-ending injury, so you can still come back from it, but it's just like you just got to be cautious with it. Because we were just talking about in our last episode how Victor Oladipo never really recovered from tearing his ACL, so you just got to be careful with it. So he could take his time coming back, but no really big moves. They did draft some people, but it wasn't nobody worth noting. We'll see when the season starts.
It's worth noting.
Who they draft, FaZe?
Bones Highland.
I know Bones Highland, but what about him?
Oh, that's notable.
Tell me about him then.
He's a bucket.
You think so?
No, I'm just joking. Like I just want to throw my voice in there a little bit, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm about to say what? I didn't know Bones is like that. But if you,
Bones is a good player. Look, he'll probably play. He's probably gonna play because they need some scoring off the bench. But he is an offensive player though. For like he really does put the ball in the hoop. But I just want to throw my voice in there to be honest with you. That's why I just said that.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't. My no disrespect, Bones. I know you. They draft you at what number 26. So no disrespect to you. You got drafted in the first round. You a talented young man. You a baller, and I wish you the best. I don't mean no disrespect from you, young man. Hopefully one day you can come and do an interview with us and sit down and chop it up about some sports, life, all that, man. I can give you some advice on the NBA. Come on, man. I've been around the block. Let me know. So let's talk about the lineup phase. Before I say that, I want to ask you a question about Michael Porter Jr. So he got the money. Jamal's going to be out. They have the reigning MVP on their team. Can Michael Porter Jr. be that player to step into that role? Not be Jamal because they have different game styles, but just step into that role and be that second star to Joker while Jamal Murray is out.
Yes, absolutely. He is talented. Like he's a great offensive player. Like he can really put the ball in the hoop. He can impact the game. He needs to work on his defense. Like his defense is atrocious. But work on that inside of the floor. On the offensive end, he'll be putting up in the 20s for sure. How high in 20s? Who knows? But he'll be 20-point per game scorer. Now they need him. They need the offense. Will Barton's still there, offensive player. That's good and all, but Jamal's not there. That's 20 points a game, just lost right there. So they need people to step up. We'll see what Aaron Gordon does as well, but he's not really an offensive player. Michael Porter is an opportunity to shine. He got the contract. There's no pressure to play for contract money anymore. It's there. Just go out there and be the best version of yourself.
Talk about his story though, man. Like he came out of high school as the highest ranked high school player, right? Went into college as the number one ranked player and messed his back up in college. Can never really play. Played like a couple games, never really can get his groove, never played. Went into the draft, fell in the draft because nobody wanted to take a chance on him. The great Jerry West had 2 draft picks in the first round, and he decided to move past Jamal Murray, not Jamal Murray, but Michael Porter Jr. both times because he was just like he's too much of a risk. The New York Knicks, who I thought should have taken him, took Kevin Knox, another small forward, over him. And he fell to Denver. Denver had enough talent on their team where they didn't need him immediately. So they set him on the bench, let him get healthy. He started coming out playing in the bubble. And he really had his coming out party in the bubble. After that, he came out last season. He was kind of really introduced to the role as being like a player that's on people's radar. So he really didn't do as good, but he was a nice player. So coming into this season, it's really his time to really step up, like you saying, and really be that player for them, to be that secondary star until Murray get back. Because I think Murray's guaranteed that second guy for them overall. He just bring a different dynamic to the team overall. He just need to work on being a bit more consistent, playing being an elite player. Work on being
too slow every year. His seasons always start slow.
I don't know what's up with him, dog. Like it's like in the bubble, he was giving people 50.
Yeah, I know.
Like I don't know what's up with him, but I also been a fan of Jamal too, though. Even when he was at Kentucky, I've been a fan of him. But yeah, man, we're gonna see how it goes. Just to talk about their starting lineup, they have, of course, Jamal's gonna be out. Further notice. So the players they have right now, Monte Morris was a nice little player off the bench. He's going to step into that starting line. Will Biden. Hey, I remember Faye, me and Faye, we do fantasy every year. He picked up Will Biden in a free agency, and I said, why did he pick him up? Dog, Will was averaging like 18 points a game that year. I just like, what? How did you know that? Like, what the hell?
That was one of my pride and joys that season. I'm like, yo, I knew it.
Man, that caught me off guard. I said, cause when you did it, I'm thinking like, I said, why did he pick him up? He's not gonna do nothing. But I was dead wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong, y'all. I know I'm right a lot, but sometimes I am wrong. But yeah, they got Aaron Gordon. He's gonna be in that starting lineup. Michael Porter Jr. and Nikola Jokic. The bench is kind of decent bench. They got Jeff Green, Jermichael Green, Austin Rivers, Boban. Is this gonna be his breakout year? Every year they play him in a summer league. They play him in a preseason. He looked like he can play. Then they get to the regular season, he don't touch the floor. Y'all, is y'all gonna finally release him? Release the beast.
Send him to Cleveland. We need more 7-footers. Send him to Cleveland.
Man, release the beast. And they got PJ Dozier. So those are their players. Mike Malone still their coach, nice coach, decent coach. So overall, I think Denver Nuggets are a good team. They have a lot of talent. The Denver Nuggets have always been a team to keep a lot of talent. They just never really had that big difference maker to get them over the hump. That player I mean, I don't want to say like a Kevin Durant, but just like a difference maker to get them over the hump. So uh how, I'm gonna ask you though, in your opinion, I know you have Jokic in your top 10,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
For sure.
Is he the best big man in the NBA?
Me and you did this same debate off camera so many times, and I'm not changing my stance now. I think he is not the best big man in the NBA, but I do think it's like a 1A, 1B type thing because it's just so close. I think Joel Embiid has a slight advantage over him because he can play defense.
Okay, I give you that. I like Joel. I think Joel. I actually think Joel is the best big man in the NBA now.
Yeah,
He made me a ultra believer last season.
yeah. But I'm not saying like this. The margin is so close. It's like I said, literally 1A, 1B. So he's definitely, and he was. I think Joel should have won the MVP, but he wasn't healthy. So the MVP, I'm glad it was Jokic. If it wasn't going to be Embiid, I'm glad it was Jokic. It's time that a big man got the MVP again, and I
Yeah.
think that's good for the NBA, like having a big man win the MVP. But even more, let's see the momentum going forward. Let's see how he can build upon his MVP season. How now there's no Jamal, so your responsibilities have to go get increased too. And they did good. Jamal got hurt within the last 10 games of the regular season, and then they did good without him. They still won a good amount of games, except when they ended up playing Phoenix Suns, they didn't do anything. But let's see. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. Let's definitely see what happens, man. That was my question, my sneaky big question, but now I do have one. But just to tag on to that, I think Jokic is a nice player. Defensively, he sucks, but he does so much for the offensively for that
Yeah,
team, man. I seen him like orchestrate the whole offense before. Tell players exactly where to go. They go to the exact spot to get a nice shot off. So man, he's overall he's an awesome player. He's a very talented player. He was a second round draft pick, y'all. Like, think about that. A second round draft pick, man. To be that good. That's like in the NFL, being a late round draft pick and being good is more common. But in the NBA, that's not very common. Almost
yeah.
dropped my mic, y'all. I'm good though. That's not very common, y'all.
Miss
Uh,
like 30 teams guaranteed to miss you, and you come out to be the MVP, the franchise player. You come out the second round. That's really, 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 really impressive and mega ultra rare.
it's very rare. Like people don't understand how rare that is to be a yeah. That's very rare. So, question for you.
Let's get it.
All right, man. Question for you. Denver Nuggets. Two-part question. And the way you answer the first part will determine the second part. Are the Denver Nuggets championship contending team?
No.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. If they are not, what do they need to be?
What pieces they need to add to be a defensive perimeter stopper, like someone that's a two-way player on the perimeter, put him over the edge. They don't have that. Michael Porter's a great wing player, but he's an offensive player only. They don't have that lock-up defender who also can give you like a Paul George type player, play on the perimeter, give you great
So
offense and
you
great
think if
defense.
they had like a Paul George type, that would put them in playoff? I mean, championship contention.
Yes, for sure. I mean they have their best defensive player is Aaron Gordon, and not that's not. I mean he's a great defender. That's really good, but that outside of him, like that's not really who else can do it. You know, he's not an offensive player. He's a defensive player who can shoot the ball a little bit and sometimes have offensive spurts. Great, but they don't. I think they need someone like Paul George to really put them over the top. And plus, I don't think they're a contender right now anyway because they don't have Murray. So the team that if we put the team right now that they have going into the season, they're not a contender. But Murray definitely does make their chances increase. I just think they need that perimeter two-way player.
They're a very light skinned team. No disrespect. Light skin connection over there. Last question. I know it's just now turned to a three-part question.
Oh, that's okay.
Can Michael Porter Jr. be an MVP? I mean, MVP or All Star this year?
Yes.
Ooh. We're gonna leave it at that. So yes, man, I don't even want to delve in more past that. So yes, man, that's gonna be it for our number 18. That next team, it's gonna be number 7. And my hint for this team is they got a little magic over there. Thank y'all, man. Peace. Stay tuned for the next episode.